Welcome to another fun-filled, fact-packed episode of Technical Timeout. It's your mother's favorite esports talk show right here each and every single Wednesday night on the Ultimate Endgamers League YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Pacific, that's 9 p.m. Eastern or Atlantic for Speedy. And of course, always available video on demand. This week, the league did exactly what they were supposed to do. The wins and the losses were exactly what I said they would be. I am currently 17 in picks, not too shabby, if I do say so myself. However, one team took social media to try to tell me I'm the chump. Well, it's a good thing the X-Gods and the Reapers are in separate conferences, kids, because I'm calling it right now. Our UEL finals on January 18th will see the X-Gods versus the Reapers. Think I'm wrong? Tell me in the comments below. But as it currently stands, there are two teams head and shoulders above the rest of the league, and everybody else is battling it out for mediocrity. The battle for $1 million continues mañana as season 9 is in full effect. So I got one question for you and one question only. Are you ready? Because it's time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. It's time to get down like a clown like Charlie Brown and turn your frown upside down. And it is time for the UEL to shine. So let's get down to that UEL beatdown. Logan Summit, and I just want to be held. So what do you say we get this show on the road and get locked in? It's time for the week that was. Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. Newly reformed rock act Linkin Park will perform the 2024 League of Legends World Championship Anthem, and that's after a 7-year hiatus. That's right, they got the band back together after the death of frontman Chester Bennington. Linkin Park have recently announced the addition of Emily Armstrong as their frontwoman. Unfortunately, social media reminded us that she supported Danny Masterson. Yeah, you know, that guy from the 70s show who was in prison for the rest of his life with Ron Jeremy? Yeah, that guy. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns, which is a story campaign that offers new additions to the MK1 roster, including Sector, Noob Saibot, and Cyrax. The new campaign was released September 24th, and it also features Ghostface, the T-1000 Terminator, and Conan the Barbarian. Guess what, kids? Get excited, because animality finishing moves are for everybody. Yeah, get your animal on. Andre 3000 is one of the greatest rappers to ever grace a microphone and one half of the Grammy-winning rap group Outkast. However, he put down the mic as he says he can't rap about colonoscopies. I beg to differ, but he hasn't stopped making music and touring. Nope, he dropped New Blue Sun, a spiritual jazz album in which Andre plays the flute. The flute? Who plays the flute? No one wants to see that except for Jethro Tull. So pick up a mic and shake it like a Polaroid picture on stage. Plus, there was this one time at band camp. Just saying. And now it's time for the champ and the chump. And now it's time for the best and the worst from the week that was. It's time for the champ and the chump. Bring me those highlights. The Champ and the Chump is brought to you by G Fuel. Use code Logan at gfuel.com and save yourself a bunch of money. Remember, don't drink water, fish piss in it. Drink G Fuel. The champ this week is the X-Gods and the Tier 1 AJ and the Tier 2 Nexus, both going 9-1, showing up and showing out in their win against the Cyclones.
AJ, not so much, and there you go, almost a perfect reflection of each other. These are two sports Tier 1s.
And then Nexus standing up with that 9-1 as well. Same record as his Tier 1. They've gone in for a lot of similar games.
And now, sad face. The Click sent in the wrong lineup. After the game, the Paladins were given the win. Only because of the Click setup issues. I am sick and tired of talking about setups. This is the last time I'm going to mention setups. Maybe. Do better.
Those guys in these tier positions are in these positions because of the roles they fill. And it looks like we heard a timeout click from the floor right now, so meaning somebody's not able to get to all the perks.
And now it's time for issues. And now it's time we talk in private, because I've got some issues. And Issues is brought to you by Newer. Visit Newer.com right now for all your content creator needs and wants. Use code Logan to save over 20% off of pro gear at amateur pricing. I'm reading off of a Newer teleprompter right now, and you could be too. Visit Newer.com and use code Logan to save tons of cash. Who can beat the X-Gods? Or the Reapers? That's the question. We are halfway through the season with a big-time playoff bonus. That's $5,300 to play video games. What are you going to do to secure your cut of that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? I think some trades might be in order. Do the Ravens and the Bots have a trade between KIC for La Bamba? Just saying, it might solve some problems. Do the Blaze need to trade El Garto for a fighter, or maybe even Jekyll? Hollywood has alluded to the fact that he'd be willing to look into a trade for El Garto. So your days might be numbered, my friend. Showing up late, button check setups, the incorrect lineups, oh my! The Click, Bots, Blaze, and the Paladins, you need to get locked in. Brosif, bro. NCAA, what happened? I haven't seen that many interceptions since Brett Favre retired. Yes, he holds the interception record. That's a more you know moment, kids. On the flip side, the Bandits blocked a field goal, and you don't see that every day. Dictator Chicken had Skullgirl issues. Sin wants to be Racer of the Year, and then DNFs in Forza? Come on, man! Boar was a detriment to his team once again with some unfriendly fire in Fortnite. Watch those guns, kids. Chris G got beat in Dragon Ball Fighters and blamed his controller. Button check? Maybe. Cat called Cutters a bot in a Valorant practice. Is there dissension in the ranks on the Reapers? Nah, they're just winning. Aspect went 13-0. Congratulations. Asajj, aka Josh Backwards, is making a bid for MVP at 37-6, and his duck season in the Rookie of the Year contention at 25-21. Well, we shall see. X-Ray managed to beat Silver in Street Fighter 6. Does anyone still think that was a good trade? And if you were paying attention, the Bots played a new strategy in Ragnarok, and it worked. Changing the meta, Billy. Love it. And finally, let's talk about the Paladins. Michigan FF their way into giving me my third loss of the season. Did I mention I'm 18-3? The Click handed them the win after they had setup issues with an incorrect lineup change. Unfortunately, we taped the show on Sundays and Monday, so last week I regrettably made an error as the Click had what we thought was a win. Bad Click, bad Click. However, both Paladin owners took to social media to call me out. By the way, who talks trash on LinkedIn? I encourage all trash talk, but let's keep it to Twitter where it belongs. And as far as King Cryptic's not being in the lineup, well, you lost. So maybe he should have been starting. Furthermore, don't you have better things to do with your time? Like trying to figure out how to get your team a legitimate win? Burn. And now, let's make some predictions. I am currently 17-3 in my predictions, so let's grab the old Magic 8 Ball and see who's gonna get a win this week. By the way, did I mention I went 4-0 last week? Just saying. On the Thursday edition of the UEL, we see the 0-3 Shoguns versus the 1-2 Click. Now, no player on the Shoguns has a winning record. It's true. The Shoguns have lost the last 2 games by a combined 7 points, playing it close, but coaching mistakes like using all 5 timeouts in the first half are butting them in the behind like a dog after a postman. The Click will bounce back and show the Shoguns that showing up on time has its benefits. And on the Friday night game, we will see the 0-2 Wolves versus Billy and the 3-1 Bots. The Bots have sent in the wrong lineup for Ragnarok last week, but it didn't matter in this game. However, when it gets to the playoffs, kids, can you fix those simple errors? That could be the difference between a win against a team like the X-Gods and a loss. Can the Bots stop sending in the bubbles for sporting games? He's played more sports games than any other bot player, and he is 1-7. The bots can be on cruise control, though. Their remaining schedule is kind of cake. They've got the Wolves, the Paladins, Shoguns, Cyclones, Blaze, and then the X-Gods. And somebody send a telegram to the Wolves and let them know we are playing for $1 million. Do you hear me knocking? Well, let me in and get locked in. Bots for the win. And in my game of the week, we have the 1-2 Paladins versus the 2-1 Ravens. Do the Paladins have what it takes to perform in this league? At 1-2, their only win was a gimme from the click. However, the Ravens need to show that they are a force to be reckoned with in this league and in this season. They are in the Southern Conference, and they are in that race for third place. Yeah, that's right. I'm counting the Shoguns and the Cyclones. And I am projecting the Ravens to finish 4-5. I think the Paladins are a bad matchup for them, but who knows which Paladins team will show up. Could go either way. However, I doubted the Ravens once, and I won't do that again. So you know what? The Paladins' ownership focus is not where it needs to be, but we'll talk about that in just a bit. I think the Ravens have this one. And on the Sunday edition of the UEL, we have the 3-time defending champs, the 4-0 Reapers, taking on the dismal 0-4 Cyclones. Will we see an Easter game repeat? My Magic 8 Ball says, signs point to yes. Until I see someone prove me different, the Reapers are the team to beat in this league. And the Reapers will go 5-0. And now it's time for 5 questions. I've got questions and hopefully you've got answers. And this week's guest on 5 questions is none other than the UEL Commissioner. We'll call him Jesse, but can I call you the commish?
Sure, let's go for it.
Michael Chiklis would be proud. And little do you know at home, he's my secret stat guy. But don't tell anybody. All right, are you ready to play 5 questions?
Yeah, Logan, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's start off with a good one. Are you indeed the best Halo player in the UEL?
Oof. In the years past, I would say yes. I don't play a whole lot anymore. I would say unequivocally Halos 1 through 3 in my heyday, absolutely hands down, without a doubt, yes. But today, no.
All right, so what's the number one problem with Halo in the UEL? What are the kids not doing right?
They're playing the wrong Halo first. The new Halos are too much like Call of Duty for me. But that said, they play like Call of Duty.
That's the problem. They're playing it like a traditional shooter and not a Halo, right?
Yes. When you have AR pistol start, you need to be grabbing your DMRs, your BRs, and holding positions on the map. So you need to lock down areas, not go running around the whole map looking for people. If you win 1-0, it's a win. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You do not run around that map. You don't leave the power weapon spawns. Rotate based on when those weapons are coming up or when power-ups come up, and know your times.
Spoken like a true professional, by the way. I could hear the hamster wheel turning, and I almost feel like that's the beginning of your soliloquy. Your diatribe could go on. You should cast some Halo. All right, let's go on to question number 2. Now, this came up in the cast this week, and I have to ask you, is it McDonald's or Wendy's ice cream? Which do you prefer? I like a Frosty.
Go Wendy's.
Yeah, right?
I mean, let's be honest. McDonald's, you're not getting it 99% of the time. The machine doesn't work.
All right, do you know why? Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why? Because there is only one company in the entire United States that services those machines. That's why they're never working. There is only one company. McDonald's has never cared about your ice cream enough to create its own company that services their machines. McDonald's, seriously, what were you thinking? Over 1 billion served, but not that many ice creams.
Not the ice cream, nope.
All right, do you dip your French fries in the Frosty? Yes or no?
Sometimes. I have done it, not often, but I have done it.
All right, so have I. I'm guilty there too. French fries and ice cream, 2 of my favorite things, not necessarily combined, but the Frosty French fry thing, if you haven't tried it, do it. You might like it, I don't know. All right, question number 3. What does the UEL need to do to continue to be the best esports league in the entire world?
What we're currently doing. Just keep doing, don't sell out different than what we're currently doing, because there's no one on this planet doing anything close to what we're doing, and keep the same trajectory. There's no one else that can come anywhere close. So our biggest enemy right now would be ourselves.
So really, it's a matter of staying with the status quo. Believe in what Titus has set up as the mission statement for the company and just go all steam ahead.
Yep, we just got to keep doing it. The hubs that are growing, we're expanding outside of just Virginia and having travel in, being able to hit Atlanta, Nigeria, all over the place now. It's going to be huge. And reaching out to different markets, having different people able to play that haven't been able before. Yeah, it's just going to keep spiraling upwards. It's going to be awesome.
And I completely agree with you. I'm strapped in. I am ready to take that ride. I bought the ticket. Now let's take the ride. Let's go. Question number 4. This one's going to get a smile out of you. Okay, so is it Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
Oh, without a doubt. I don't know if you can see the Chick-fil-A cow over my shoulder over there. Chick-fil-A. 100% Chick-fil-A.
Have you ever had a Popeyes?
Oh, I actually went on a trip a month or two ago down to New Orleans and went to the original Popeyes.
Ooh.
And did get a sandwich there and just see what we had. And yep, I'm still sticking with Chick-fil-A.
All right, but that's the one Elmer Lagasse started down there, right? The Popeyes that he started. No, he didn't say. No, he's a 5-star chef. He's never touched a Popeyes except probably in the bathroom while he was crying himself, right? Like you could just see an executive chef just sitting there going, "Why am I eating this?" All right, question number 5.
We all ask that question, don't we, Logan?
Yo, I can't even eat fast food anymore. I'm way too old. There are 2 things in my life that I have aged out of. One was fighting games and the other is fast food. It's true, man. I just can't do either anymore. All right.
Not there on that.
Question number 5. Now, at ESPN, the last time I was there, Tiki Barber and I had a conversation about the state of the NFL. And we both agree that it'll take about 25 years to happen, but the NFL will cease to exist in about 25 years' time. The reason that it will take so long is because it starts on at Pop Warner. The families, the parents, they stop putting their kids into Pop Warner. Thus, they end up playing other sports and high school and football and college. And then about 25 years down the road, there won't be enough NFL players to field the actual league. True or false? Tiki Barber's a genius.
That's a tough one.
I mean, do you agree with him? You are an ex-NFL agent. Do you agree with Tiki Barber and his summation of where the NFL is headed?
I'm going to say true with an asterisk. True in that it won't exist as we know it. I do believe there'll be some iteration of it. It's too big of a business not to survive, but what it looks like is going to be very different, I believe. 25 might be a short time frame. I think it might be a little bit longer, but I do think it'll cease to exist the way we know it. But it won't cease to exist in any form.
Yeah, I think flag football is going to be the wave of the future. You're going to see a lot more incorporated into that. We're going to get away from the XFL and more to what we see on college campuses and intramural sports, and that will become the next iteration of the NFL. Before I let you go, I need you as the commissioner of the Ultimate End Gamers League. Man, I need you to give us a little statement. Pump us up for the rest of the season, because this show this week has been all about trying to make everybody understand that they cannot be complacent, because we are playing for $1 million. So what do you have to say to the league?
Get your setups right. All that is holy in this league, I beg you, get your setups correct. I know there's some game issues, and you can't be blowing 5 timeouts and a half. You can't be putting F1 on 5 laps. We can't having all these mistakes happening right now with the league going the direction it's going. If you're not careful, if you're not doing things the right way, if you're not practicing, you're going to find yourselves out of the league very, very soon as we're expanding to these hubs. I don't want to see that. We have the best gamers on the planet. I believe that. But if you're not doing the little things right, you're not going to take care of the big things. And that's when you're going to lose your spot.
You are preaching to the choir. Hallelujah. Yes, end gamers. Be an end gamer. Know that there's 33 games on that wheel, and you are expected to touch each and every single one of them. Jesse, the commish, thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you.
Hey, you're most welcome, Logan. Thank you for having me on.
And now it's time for the blame game, baby. And it's time to play the game that you asked for, and ask and you shall receive. It's time to play the Blame Game. And live from the ATL, we've got the owner, the GM still, I don't know, we'll find out, and definitely the Tier 1. It is Hollywood from the Blaze, baby.
What's going on, Logan? Thanks for having me on here.
Technical Timeout Hall of Fame.
Hey, thank you.
All right, but don't thank me too quickly. Don't thank me too quickly. All right, now, this week, another tough loss. And at the end of the match, you did something that league officials have told me you've never done before. Let's check out the clip.
We also had probably some of the worst calls I've ever seen here at the league today. So we lost so many timeouts.
Dude, all right, look, normally on the Blame Game, I don't allow you to blame anybody but yourself. But from where I'm standing, you're the owner, and you need to own up to it. What went wrong? Why are you blaming the officials?
Well, yeah, I would blame the official, but also we also didn't play well. So, it was definitely some preparation again. Like, some of my players aren't practicing as much as they should be. We, as players that are vets in this league, we practice for $0 back then, and now you're getting paid minimally $400 a game, and they're not practicing as much as we were, and it definitely shows. So I would definitely say, like, yeah, the refs, the ref, he definitely trolled us in a heavy amount of games, and I wouldn't say it was biased, but definitely was not in our favor whatsoever that game. And definitely preparation from our rookies.
Wow. All right. I got to ask you, though, is it a different view from the bottom looking up? Because when you were with the Reapers, you had nothing but good vibrations for everybody in the league. Is it a little bit different now that you're in charge of the Blaze and you're trying to climb all the way up to the summit?
Nah, I'd say it's still the same. I still hold the same standards as I do on the Blaze as I did on the Reapers. I mean, obviously, rookies aren't going to be as good as top 5 players, vets at that in the league, but I'm still holding them to the standard to where they should be by now. So I want to try and, I don't want to baby them. And I want to be like, look, you are doing absolutely bad in this game, and it shows on stage. At home, you do well. On stage, you do not. So I want you to kind of break that shell to where you can play almost the same as you do at home as you do on the stage, because lately we haven't been winning, and if we do win, we won versus Cyclones and it wasn't convincing. So I mean, I'm still the same. You ask anybody on the Reapers, I would yell at them even on a win. Like when Eric was on our team, I mean, it's a
El Garto. No one knows his name is Eric.
Oh yeah, Garto, my bad. Well, formerly Munch, yeah, he trolled us in so many games before. I yelled at him even when we win the game. Like, I yell at everybody because I know they can do better than they do, and I don't want to hold them to a lower standard that I know they can be at.
All right.
They can be higher.
Speaking of doing better, you've got Lockdown now to help you get locked in, but you're still having setup issues. What are you going to do to prevent this in the future? Because this can't continue, and I know it's got to be making you nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of it is just where, like, if me and Garto and Milk are in a game and Lockdown is trying to coach it for us, we have to prepare the rookies to go and set those games up properly. And I think the one game we did mess up on was Lethal League, but it was like both sides weren't, like, the controllers weren't connecting the whole time, and then it was just, it's Blaze setup, it's a timeout. I don't really know the call, but I feel like if both sides are having problems, it's kind of a technical, hold the timeout. But I'm not the ref this season. I don't know 100% the rules and what goes on with stuff. I try and know as much as I can, but...
You are an assistant game master as well, though, so you should know the rules. All right, definitive answer. Who is to blame? Is it the officials? Is it you? Is it Lockdown? Who is to blame for the Blaze right now?
Yeah, it's definitely not Lockdown. Last game, he did exactly what I asked from him. So coach, he did perfect last game. I think half our players did well, half our players did not. A big thing I would say Some of it is definitely my fault from the first half, at least. I was sending myself in on games to try and make it a 50-50 game.
Yep.
When in reality, I don't think we would have won it anyways. But I tried to put myself in to try and win, and that would cost us a loss and me out of rotation, which was bad. But I would say, like, I hate blaming myself because I tell everybody never to. I would say I take accountability on that, but then I do blame the ref, and always got to blame Garto, man.
Always blame Garto. You're on the trading block,
You know what? I blame
kid.
everybody. I'm not even gonna lie.
He's
I
on the
blame
trading
everybody.
block.
Myself, the ref,
You're
the
going
other
to get
team,
rid of El Garto.
the production. I blame everybody.
Blame everybody. And you know why? Because it's the blame game. Thank you, Hollywood. And now it's time for my hot take. And now it's time for my hot take. Hot take is brought to you by Newhouse. Visit newhouse.com today. Use code LoganRadioRocks to save a ton of cash. Your butt will thank you in the morning. Let me ask you a question. Are you complacent? Are you good? Are you okay to meander in mediocrity? Or are the X-Gods and the Reapers just too good? I am sick and tired of hearing, we're gonna get there. Just wait and see. What good is a wait and see mentality when we are 6 weeks into the season and facing another round of free agency at the end? Have you seen the playoff pay structure? Maybe a good time to review it. I'm just saying. When is it a good time to make a trade? After you make it to the postseason? Remember, not every team is guaranteed a spot this year. So, what you gonna do? Do you have that Mamba winning mentality? Do you think Kobe woke up in the morning and thought to himself, how can I be average today? No. He woke up each and every single morning, pissed excellence, and then went outside and shot 1,000 free throws before daybreak. And he made sure to lift up his teammates and everyone around him to a higher level. Can you say the same? Look, some teams are better than others. That is just the way competition is. But if you are not actively making your team better each and every single day, ask yourself, why? Do you not like money, fame, and fortune? Then move. Get out the way. Because somewhere, Sparrow is chomping at the bit, singing, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. I just need to see some urgency in your steps. Show me the fiber of your fabric. So get locked in and show us that this season hasn't even started yet. Let's make a go of it, because if you don't, it could be too late. And that's my hot take. Wham bam, thank you, gosh damn, and I don't want any of that spam. And just like that, it's gone. Like my innocence on prom night. Thank you for joining us for another great episode of Technical Timeout right here on the Ultimate Endgamers League YouTube channel. Each and every single Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern or Atlantic if you're speedy, or 6 p.m. Pacific for those of us who live in beautiful Viva Las Vegas. And we are always available on demand, so you can take us with you. You going on a long walk? Check out Technical Timeout. You go to the doctor's office? Check out Technical Timeout. You going to visit your in-laws? Check out Technical Timeout. And I want to hear from you. Let me know how you feel about what I said in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree, or just wish I would go away? So be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud, and last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you'll know when to keep up with us. The UEL is in full effect. Season 9, the race for $1 million continues mañana. I'll see you there.